important for kids is they're starting to explore things and question things and really start to develop a passion about things, that as they learn about science, they learn that science is fun and they can use that to answer some of the questions they have about the world around them, about their life. And you can see just the passion in these kids trying to understand why things turn from a solid to a gas or solid to a liquid, that they start connecting the dots. And when they're in situations in the world where they're observing things around science, biology, physics, chemistry, that they can connect those dots when they're in the classroom. It was just such an obvious and great opportunity for us to connect Arches in Monsanto with the ASAP programs, where we could bring science to the after-school curriculums.
It gives the learning another dimension. It really brings somebody in that's knowledgeable, that has done it for a living, to really explain some of the things that they maybe saw in a textbook or were taught by a teacher. We need more scientists, especially in agriculture. If you think about agriculture and how many farmers there were 20, 30 years ago, there's fewer now, and there's fewer children coming from farms, so we need people from the city to fill agricultural positions.
Coming from a science background, I feel that it really teaches kids how to analyze the world, how to ask questions, go with why versus just doing it because they're told. And that helps kids later on in the future when they're continuing their education, when they're continuing on with life. They learn how the world works, they learn how to question the world around them. I hope they see that the idea of science isn't as narrow as I think they get here at school, just because there's not enough time, there's not enough resources. So their ideas are very limited on what science is and what goes into an experiment, what goes into learning about the world. And with this, they're going to get a broader idea and hopefully make them more interested in what can happen with science.
Anytime we can incorporate something math or science-based into our after-school program, it's exciting that they can get something that they really enjoy. I hope what my students would take from the Monsanto Outreach Program would be a greater excitement about science and a desire to continue more scientific pursuits in the future.
Our urban students are lagging behind in math and science, so it's very important to try to get them as interested as early as possible, so they can do better overall. We started our garden. We've been working on that the last 3 weeks. So, talking about roots and stems and leaves and flowers are perfect because, probably 10 to 15 of them have been working on the garden.
I like science because you could create a lot of stuff. I think it's important to learn because whenever you grow up, you might need it and you're going to learn a lot more stuff about it.
I like science because if you mess up on an experiment, the outcomes will still be a surprise. It's important to learn about science because when you grow up, you're going to need it to learn more about other stuff. I enjoy making the experiments, getting all the equipment, starting step by step, collecting data and hanging out with friends.
I like science because it lets you know about space, and it lets you figure out about matter and stuff like that. You get to be constructive with it. I enjoy science because you get to touch stuff. And you get to play with the stuff you get, like slime. And you get to learn about a lot of things.